Since birth by the U.S. military, he's back and better than ever. It's the DC Multiverse, Flashpoint Project Superman. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Fig Noon's Figures. It's your guy Fig Noon, and we're back today with another figure review. Today's the DC Multiverse Gold Label Project Superman. This Superman comes from the Flashpoint comic book series. Young Kal-El crashes to Earth, not in Smallville, but this time in Metropolis, and he's captured by the US military, where he's then taken to a military base and held for pretty much all of his life. The government decides that they're going to name this child Subject 1. They keep him away from the sun, which gives him most of his power, so he's not as big and as strong. I think it's mainly so he doesn't get too strong and try and escape and probably damage them. That's why he has a little bit of a slimmer build here. He's not as buff and got all the muscles and stuff. His face looks kind of pale. He's even got kind of like the dark circles, you know. He's been isolated for a long time, and that's the story of how we get this guy here. He looks pretty cool. He's part of the Build-A-Figure wave. You can see some of the parts for Cyborg here in the window. We get that trading card in the back and a stand. Doesn't look like we get a lot of accessories, but this is a gold label figure. Let's take a look at the rest of the box here. On the side, there's a little bit of a clear window, and then we got some of the other figures in the wave by Aquaman, and then we have this figure here. It appears that there's two other figures that haven't been released yet. You can see there it's got the little question marks there, so we will be on the lookout for those other figures. And then here on the side, Project Superman Flashpoint, the top clear window, some of the barcode stuff there on the bottom. That's gonna do it for the box, guys. With no further ado, go tie a freaking bat towel around your neck, slap a S on your chest, and let's break this guy out of that government military testing base with the DC Multiverse Flashpoint Project Superman. Here he is, guys, fresh out of the box. Project Superman Subject 1. You can see the logo there on the front of his chest. You can see he looks kind of pale. He's been out of the sun there for a few years. He's got an all black suit. Looks done pretty nicely. There's no other colors on here, and I just can't wait to jump in and take a real close look at that head sculpt. But before we do that, let's take a look at those accessories. Okay, so for a quick look at the accessories that are included here with the Project Superman figure, we get a DC Multiverse stand here for our guy. It has the DC font right there in the front. Little peg there for the foot. Build-A-Figure parts for my guy Cyborg back there. You can see it has a little bit of a wash there and some of the mechanical parts. Red paint there. He's probably heating up, ready to blast something. Some black paint there for the arms. There's a look at the other side of the arms. We get this trading card here, Project Superman. There's the front of the card. Let's take a look at the back of the card. And that's gonna do it here. Here he is, Project Superman, fresh out of the box. And let's go ahead and take a closer look here, starting right at the top of the head. And we're gonna start even at the top of the head with the hair. Look at the nice mold that we get there all the way around. He's got the classic Superman hair. It's all black. You can see here in the back some of the nice molding that they've done, as well as here on the side of the figure and in the front. He has like a little curl that does come off of the head. It's not stuck to the forehead or anything, so I do like that. It's kind of loose and just hanging there. Not really loose, it's a hard plastic, but it looks cool. Moving down to the face, he's kind of pale, you know. He's been locked away for a few years, actually pretty much his whole life. He looks a little upset. You can see he's got kind of a frown going on. His eyebrows are kind of low. They did a nice job of molding those. The eyebrows look nicely done to give it that kind of angry look, and he's got some blue eyes here. There's a little bit of a line around the eyes just to give them some more definition. The lips look like they're puckered up a little bit. He's kind of giving me like Quentin Tarantino, Team Edward kind of vibes. This is a completely different looking Superman that I've ever seen, and definitely not like anyone that I have in my collection. The cheeks are a little bit sunk in, and here's where I think they did a really good job here with the paint. You can see the stubble effect that's going on there. It's somewhat speckled and yet a little bit shadowy to give him that like 5 o'clock shadow look. The lips are a little bit dark, but I don't think they look bad. I don't think it looks off. It just kind of accents his whole vampire-ish pale look that he has to him. One thing that I kind of do have a problem with here on this figure is the neck. If you'll notice the neck, it's a very different color here than what we get on the face. It's almost a completely unpainted neck. Almost if they just took like a stock piece and just did not paint it at all. I understand he hasn't been in the sun, but hot dog, man. Moving down to the suit. It's all black, like I said, and there's some nice molding here. Definitely a thinner frame to this Superman. Look at the back of the suit. You can see kind of the design work here. There's a little bit on there. It's nothing too fancy. The S1 logo, it really draws me in. I like the simplicity of this suit, and I think if you really look at the image from the, the back of the box, from the comics, of course, it's pretty spot on with the suit. Now the face, it's a little bit more stylized than what you got in the comic books, but For me, I actually like it. I think it's somewhat of an improvement. If we were to get a figure that looked like the one on the card, I don't know if I would be maybe as impressed with it as I am with this here. He has the soft black bottoms here. It's a whole different texture, kind of a soft, rubbery, and good pliability, so you can get some good poses with him. Now, he didn't come with the flight stand, and that's because Project Superman here doesn't exactly possess all of his powers just yet. Here at the hands, we get an open like flight hand, and then we get a closed fist. This hand seems like the same color as the neck, and this hand seems the same color as the face. Just kind of weird. I don't know, maybe my mind's playing tricks on me. Anyways, that's gonna do it for a close look. Let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Okay, so for a quick size comparison here, we have the Speeding Bullets Batman, we have the Superman 1000 figure here. These are all Superman here. These guys got a little bit of a different look. This guy's rocking the more classic look. We reviewed this guy here on the channel. You can check that out. Let's do a few more to look at a couple more figures. We got the Damian Wayne Robin here, and then we got the Supergirl that we reviewed just earlier today. You can check that out here on this channel. And then we got the Superman here in the middle. These are all DC Multiverse releases. Let's take a look at a couple more. So for our next comparison, we have the Marvel Legends here. We have the Gray Beast, and we have the Rogue figure in the green suit. Of course, these are a little bit smaller scale, but my guy Beast, he's still got some size over there. I wouldn't count him out in a fight. Let's take a look at a few more figures. And for our last comparison here, we have the NECA Frankenstein black and white figure. And then we have the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. I believe this is Terminator 3. I may be wrong here. It looks all jacked up and stuff. That's going to do it for comparisons. Guys, let's jump into Fig's final thoughts. Okay, guys, so for my final thoughts on the Project Superman, I'm glad I freed this guy from his cell on that shelf there at Target, because I think he's pretty cool. I really like the suit, and I like what they did with the head. He really looks like he's been tucked away for quite some time. He's a little bit pale. He's got the dark circles. He looks a little bit disgruntled, but I gotta say, he must have an amazing barber in there, because the hair is definitely on point. He's got that little curl in the front that I think looks pretty cool. There's something simplistic about the suit that I just really like. The S1 logo has somewhat of a retro look to it that I enjoy. The articulation's pretty good too. The legs are pretty tight, no problem standing this guy up. One thing that maybe I don't like is the paint there on the neck. It's super pale, and it's just way off from the face. The hands are kind of weird too with the paint. Somewhat of a mystery there, but overall, I really enjoy this figure. 8 out of 10 figs here for the Project Superman. He's gonna look great with the others. I picked this guy up at Target, but you can get him on the McFarlane Toy Store right now for about $24.99. I'll leave you guys a link in the description. That's gonna wrap it up for now. Sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And as always, make sure to subscribe for even more and more DC Multiverse figure reviews. As always, thanks for watching, guys. It's your guy, Fig Newton.